Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today with number 98 of the most underappreciated movies in the world. And if you know, I did Contamination, or Alien Contamination, which I saw a long time ago. And I've seen since then, and then I'm doing this classic Lucio Fulci film, which I've seen many times before, and I finally got a chance to see like more of a pristine cut of it, letterbox cut, because usually I remember growing up renting it. And with a lot of the Italian films, it's usually like some of a washed out Eastman color type looking thing. It's not as pristine looking as they are now in the digital age. And it was on Wizard Video. I remember renting on Wizard Video, and I think that was probably one of their most popular video releases, along with the classics Boogeyman and the original I Spit on Your Grave with Buster Keaton's granddaughter, and starring in it. And Zombie's awesome. I saw that on El Rey Network. Well, it was on demand, and I thought the one thing is I don't like censorship. I don't like when movies cut stuff out. And when I saw it, El Rey had like Day of the Dead and then Contaminated. I saw Day of the Dead and it had all the gore in it, so I assumed that the movies were uncut. And then Alien Contamination was uncut, and then I saw Zombie and they had nudity in it, and then the nudity's all blurred out. So I was a little bit bummed with that, but I had too much invested in it. I wanted to do a review of this movie. And I also put it in a Lucio Fulci Facebook group that I belong to. And it's a great movie. It's one of his classics. It's probably one of my favorite movies of his, because people say The Beyond is the greatest zombie movie of his that he did. But it's like right up there with, well, they're both really good, but this one, I think Zombie's a little more, maybe a little more intimate, at least the way it starts, than The Beyond. But they're both great movies. And all of his movies are great for the most part. Well, anyways, it starts off, I think Alien Contamination ripped off Zombie, because Zombie starts off the way Alien Contamination, except Alien Contamination shows a big cargo ship. Zombie shows the boat, and they show like the show it floating, and they show the police helicopter shots. They have the exact same line that they got from the Alien Contamination got from Zombie. They're saying the captain of this ship must be a real turkey. They say it in both movies. And I'm saying Alien Contamination because that was made in 81, and Zombie was made in 79, I believe, or released in 79. Anyways, I call this, I'm still calling it Zombie. Now, some people call it Zombie 2, and I've seen prints where it was released as Zombie 2, because whenever Day of the Dead came out, this came out soon after, and in Italy, Day of the Dead was renamed Zombie, and then the Lucio Fulci Zombie was called Zombie 2. That's why in 89-90 he came out with another sequel to Zombie, and they called it Zombie 3. There's never really official as Zombie 2. And then the same thing happened with the House movies. You remember House 1 and House 2? And all of a sudden, in 93, 94, House 4 came out. It's like, where the hell was House 3 at? I found out in Fangoria magazine that they were saying, well, how can they have a House 4 when they don't have a House 3? Well, apparently, overseas in Europe, there was a movie with Lance Henriksen called Last Horror Show. And they call that House 3 over there, even though it has nothing to do with the House movies. Well, anyways, let's go back to Zombie, the Lucio Fulci classic. Well, it starts off with them, the ship going up there, and they go in there and they find this zombie in the ship, and it was supposed to belong to this girl's father, and the daughter is played by Tisa Farrow, who is Mia Farrow's sister, and Mia Farrow's sister in real life. And then the zombies in there, they get in contact with the girl, the police investigate her, and then there's this reporter, he wants to get more information about this. And they find out that they have to go to where the ship came from, which is this one island called Matu. So they fly down there, and they go to the island, and they find things are not what they seem, and they try to find out what's happening, why he stayed there, what happened to them, and they find that the island is teeming with zombies through like a little more voodoo, a little more supernatural reason. I don't want to give away too much, but I will say there's an awesome scene with a zombie and a shark. A great scene, and it's very realistic. They show the zombie and sharks fighting, and actually there's a famous commercial for some company or something like that. I remember they showed it. My niece, well, I told my niece about it. I told her that's from an old Italian horror zombie movie called Zombie. Well, they showed like the zombie and the shark, and they said like a zombie formed like they have like a narration to give the bogus narration. They said like a zombie formed a special bond with the shark, and they show these girls around there watching her all tearing up. Oh, that's so sweet in the commercial. So that, I mean, at least a Fulci movie got a little more recognition. I know all horror fans will recognize that movie. And my friend Tony made an awesome thumbnail. The famous ad of the zombie from thing he put on the thumbnail. It looks fantastic. So like I said, I didn't say it yet, but it gets a 10 out of 10. My review of Zombie, the Lucio Fulci classic. And in some ways, a little bit annoying because, you know, they talk on The Walking Dead, they talk about the influences. They never mention Lucio Fulci or the Italian zombies, because the Italian zombie scene was really popular in the 80s. They mentioned George Romero, and that's pretty much it. They don't even mention Return of the Living Dead or anything like that, which really surprised me a little bit. They at least say that they got a little bit of inspiration from Fulci, because he had for his different ideas, but that's all right. But like I said, 10 out of 10 for Lucio Fulci's classic movie Zombie. Number 98, most underappreciated movies of the world. A great, pristine looking copy, although El Rey blurred out the nudity because it's nudity in the movies. If I knew that, well, I still would have watched it because I wanted to do a review of it, because I haven't seen it in a while. But it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And then see The Beyond, which is really cool. And even Turner Classic Movies on their, what do you call it, the TCM Underground, they've shown The Beyond a couple times too. Believe it or not. So until next time, everybody, please take care of my legion.